Hey guys, and welcome. Good morning, good day, good evening, depending on when you're listening to this. The question is, how can we bring, enjoy, invite more positivity in our lives? That is what I'm going to cover on this podcast. My name is Flemming Schmidt. I'm your host, and welcome to the Positive Outcome Show. Now, today I wanted to share a few things with you about two subjects, actually. Not subject. Yeah, well, subjects. Yes, let's call it that. It's decision making and challenges. And why? Because I believe that those two skills of making decisions and to challenge yourself is super important if you want to go anywhere in life. Once we become capable of making decisions, our own decisions, we gotta start to think about what decisions we take in order to get to our destination, our desired goal, right? If we turn left here, is that the right one? Or if we turn right, is that the right path to take? And a lot of people are struggling with this decision-making process because doubt and fear and a lot of other things are starting to influence your decision-making process. But once you get clear about where you want to go and not how you're going to get there, but rather what you need to do in order to get there, it still can be a challenge to make the right call. Don't doubt that. That's a fact. But what I mean is everyday decisions, big, small. Once you start this process of making decision faster, you get more confident. Actually, to make decisions faster contributes to your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence in the end, and make decisions that are based upon how you feel in your heart, not how you logical came to that conclusion which you thought would be the right one. Feel the decision in your heart. Notice how you feel and go from there. The heart usually is right. And the challenges are some things that you can challenge yourself with. If you want to get better health, maybe a workout would be a thing to start doing right now. Or maybe look about what diet do you eat? What diet do you have? Do you need to be more nutritional aware about what you eat? If that should help benefit towards a healthier living. I think in images. So when I see life, we kind of have two paths. One path is the one that seems familiar, that's comfortable to take. We kind of know in the big scale what's going to happen. But the fact is, if we choose that path, we're not going to move anywhere in life, because if you kind of have the bird's eye view of that path, there's not much happening on that path. Otherwise, if you take the other path, the path of the unknown, then life gets more interesting, because now you have to pay attention of what decisions do you want to make. And as all roads, you can backtrack, sure, and you can make a left instead of a right if that feels better. But what I mean is, if we want to challenge ourselves to in the path on life, on our journey, we gotta stay on the path of the unknown path, because that is where we will grow the most, and it will lead us to greatness, hopefully. Hopefully. So if you want something that you never done, you gotta start doing something you never done. Make sense? If you want to do something you have never done, you gotta start doing things you never done. I hope it makes sense to you. And that is the unknown path. And how do you know if you're ready to take that decision, to follow that path? We all face these moments in life where we are questioning ourselves. We all have these moments in life where we find ourselves thinking, am I on the right path? Am I on the right track? Is this really all? Shouldn't there be more? Or, I guess you kind of relate to those emotions and maybe even that thought process of asking yourself whether or not this is it. And when you face those moments, you should consider making a decision for change, because in my opinion, in my experience, when you're facing that thought or that feeling, or notice that that's how you feel, you should considering making some changes, making some, or reevaluate your current path, if that is the right one for you to follow, or you should maybe do some changes so that life gets more exciting, the career is getting a nudge up to a next level, so that is becoming exciting. The worst thing that can happen if you find yourself being kind of a couch potato of life, if that is the thing. A couch potato of life would be someone who just doesn't care about what's going on in their own lives. They just live life on autopilot, bench watching some kind of streaming service that basically reflects that what their life is looking like. There's no excitement there. And if you find yourself getting too comfortable where you're at, whether it's life, it's a family, it's career, you gotta start to rethink bringing back that excitement in your life, in your relationship, on your career, because you are doing something good. There's a reason why you started what you started. Sometimes it's a learning curve and we just need to take those steps in order to get to where we want. And other times we totally forget where we are and what we have. So things kind of fade out, the meaning of it all. And I believe that's kind of a whole nother topic, but in a lot of relationships, that's what's happening. We start to get too comfortable. We forget one another, and we forget our own values and our core values, and things start to fade out, and no one is catching anything, and the relationship kind of dies, and it's sad. I know here in Denmark we have a really high divorce rate. It's around 50% of all people getting married are also getting divorced again, and it's sad. I mean, how did they do it, our grandparents in the old days, when they were married 50, 60, 70 years? They had some challenges and some struggles in their marriage, sure, but they overcame that as a unit, as one defined, or not defined unit, but one entity. And that's a beautiful thing. Once you've found one another and you have reached down to each other and found a common path, a common value, and you just go from there. And it's the same with your life and your career and your with yourself. Don't lose yourself in the automation of life. You gotta feel free. You gotta feel energetic. You gotta feel excited about what's to come. And the right decision time is when you find yourself questioning yourself whether it's the right path or not. It should be kind of a calling sign from the universe, if you will. whether or not you should rethink, reevaluate, maybe even re-strategize your future moves. And to make the right decision, go with what feels right in your heart and not what your mind has rationalized you to think is right. That's when we start to think about what's right, we tend to think with our wallets or our bank accounts, because a lot of people, they want more materialistic things: bigger house, 2 cars, more money in the bank, a better income, more expensive clothes, a more expensive diet. They want to dine out at restaurants every night. I mean, it's different things, but it's all materialistic. And in the end of it, money is just a currency, and money is only as worth as the money is only as worth as the value you give it. Right? Money is only as worth as the value you give it. If you physically imagine yourself that money is super, super expensive, money is expensive. Or if you find it easy to collect money or invite money into your life, money will come. It's a kind of an energy flow, the money. You can invite it into your life or you can reject it, but it's a money thing. It's never ours. Anyways, we have it, we loan it for a certain amount of time, and then it's moving on again to someone else. So money is never ours. We just loan it for a certain amount of time. But the fact is, it's only worth something if you think money is hard to get. Get the point? All right. Kind of a sidetrack. But decision making is super important if you want to go anyway. And to challenge yourself, also important if you want to move ahead, to level up. If you want to level up skills, we tend to say repetition is the way to go, but it's not actually. If you repeat yourself often enough, it becomes automated, and that's fine. But it's not where you learn, not the automation process. It's actually when you start to implementing that knowledge into your own lives. And that is where real growth happens. And real growth only happens if you challenge yourself. If we don't challenge ourselves, we live on autopilot and we don't get anywhere. So think about those 2 topics, decision making and challenges, and try to see yourself. What path do you take? Do you take the known path of automated life living? Or do you take the second path, the kind of the uncharted territory, the unknown, but because other people have taken the unknown path, and the stories that they tell about their lives and how they are living their life today, that is what is inspiring, and that is what fascinates us. One thing is they took the challenge to go the unknown path, and they probably faced challenges they thought were impossible to overcome, but they did it anyways. That, my friends, that is the inspiring quote for today. Make a decision, follow through, and embrace the challenges you face today, tomorrow, and the rest of the year. Even though we say it's the 5th of December 2020, make a decision, follow that decision, follow through, and embrace the challenges that you are facing. All right. Thank you for listening. I know that a few people have been listening to this, so that's exciting. I'm still working on the website, and that's not up and running, but I will let you know here on this podcast and on my social media accounts or platforms, Facebook preferably, maybe on Instagram as well. If you want to follow me, find me there. It's Flemming Schmidt. And have an amazing day. Go out, have fun, enjoy what you have. Remember to give your kiss to your kids, your family, and enjoy life. All right? Enjoy life. Take care.